So many of you travel for work and business, and I know how hard it can be to stick to your diets and train like you normally would while you're away. So I have helped many entrepreneurs and business owners transform their physiques even though they're traveling around the world for half of the year. So I fully understand how many of you feel while you're traveling and how difficult it is to stick to your workouts, nutrition, etc. So this is the exact plan I tell my clients to follow when they do travel, so they're still able to stay on track with their fitness goals. Now this video covers how to eat on flights, where to work out while traveling, how to work out while traveling, how to eat in another country, and how to rest while traveling. So if you're someone that travels quite often, then you're going to want to stick around for this one. So let's get into it. Okay, so firstly is how to eat on flights. Now, if it's a short flight, say maximum around 4 hours, then you want to eat before and after your flight. You want to try and refrain from eating on the plane itself, because generally flight food is pretty rubbish. It's going to be hard for you to track calories and what they give you on the flight. For example, bread, cheese, butter, or even like a cheese baguette is going to contain mostly carbs and very minimal protein. So it's not going to be the best food for you to eat for your goal. Now, if you are concerned with going a long time without food or protein, then I recommend putting a protein scoop in a protein shake, then taking that shake on the flight, and then get some water to put in the shake, and there you have yourself a protein shake. Or if that's a bit long for you, then just take a protein bar. So between your meals, between your before and after meal, just have a protein bar or a protein shake so you can hit your protein target and make sure you're getting protein in during the flight. Now for long haul flights, I recommend taking a meal prep by either cooking yourself beforehand or getting a chef to cook for you, or just buying food that have calories written on it. So for example, the shop Pret a Manger, all of their food have calories and macros written on their food, so it's going to be easier for you to track calories and you know exactly what you're eating even while you're traveling. So on long haul flights, the food isn't going to be the best for your goals, and it's going to be mostly carbs, and it could be very calorific. And that's why if you want to stay in shape, then just take a meal prep or buy something that have the exact calories and macros written on it. So now, where do you train when you travel? So I recommend booking a hotel with a decent enough gym so you're still able to do a majority of the exercises on your program. Now the gym doesn't need to be state of the art where you have squat racks, deadlifting platforms, etc. It just needs to be a gym with basic equipment, a few dumbbells so you're still able to hit all the muscle groups. Now you may ask, why not just find a better gym outside of the hotel with more equipment? Because if you're going on a business trip, then your main priority is going to be work. And the last thing you want to be doing is spending hours looking for a gym around the area, then wasting more time traveling back and forth from that gym. You want to be making your life as simple and as efficient as possible instead of running around and getting exhausted. So my recommendation would be to stay in a hotel with a decent enough gym. But let's say you're on holiday with your friends and family and you don't mind spending a little bit more time going to a better gym. So if this is the case and your friends and family are okay with it, then it's fine. Go look for a better gym. But if you all agree to go on holiday to explore and not waste much time, then just use the hotel gym or do a bodyweight room workout, because it's not fair on them if you spend half the day at the gym, but they want to go and explore. And this may cause frustrations and fights, and honestly, it's just not worth it. But if you're someone that has to go to a good gym, then just wake up earlier than them and go to the gym before they wake up. So that way you're not wasting time and they're not wasting any time. But remember, while you're on holiday, then you want to make the most of your time. So you want to do things with the least amount of hassle involved. So thirdly is how to train while you travel. Well, if you know you're going to have a jam-packed trip with work, then I recommend doing full body or upper and lower body splits where you train every other day, or you train on the days where you have the least amount of activities. Now, the reason I recommend following a full body or an upper and lower body split is because you're still able to hit all the muscle groups at least twice per week. So you're still able to maintain or even build muscle mass depending if you're in a calorie surplus or a deficit. Also, you're able to do more supersets. That way, you can become a lot more time efficient if you're in a rush and you need to get to work. Also, if you're staying in a hotel gym, then it's likely it's going to have limited equipment, unless you're staying at like the most expensive Hilton or something. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for you to hit each muscle group individually, especially if your training program has exercises that you're not able to do because there's no equipment. That's why, to make your life easier, just follow a full body split while you're on your travels. And then when you get back to following your original plan. You can follow a full body split like this: 2 leg exercises followed by 2 upper body exercises. So next is, how should you eat when you travel? Now, this is probably one of the most important topics because this is where most people mess up. Now, here's the extreme version. If your goal is so important and you have to stay in shape at all costs like me, then I recommend taking a food scale with you in a bag. And that way, whenever and wherever you eat, you can weigh out your food. So if you're staying in a villa or anywhere that has a kitchen, then the food scale will come in handy because you can weigh out your foods every time you eat. But even if you go to a restaurant, then take the food scale with you in like a small bag and measure all the foods that you eat, then track it in MyFitnessPal. Now, if you really want to see the best results and keep making progress, then this is something I recommend to do. But if you don't want to do this, because I know it's a bit of an extreme approach, then I won't blame you. Instead, follow this. Eat a high protein diet and limit your carbs. Eliminate all processed foods, so just stick to whole foods, even in restaurants. Try and reduce sugar as best you can, and try to reduce alcohol consumption. Now, the alcohol consumption only goes if you have a client meeting and you don't want to be rude. Then just stick to 1 drink and milk that drink for the entire night. Stick to 1 drink and only that drink. That way you're not being disrespectful and you're not going to ruin your progress. So stick to these tips and you'll be fine. And finally is how and when to rest when you travel. So I would advise to not train on the days you have flights, as those are the days where you'll be pretty exhausted. And then to follow a full body split and rest every other day so you don't drain yourself out, especially if you have a packed schedule. Or you can rest on the days where you have a very hectic day and you know you'll be working from early morning till late night. Then rest on those days and train on your less loaded days to make your life easier. Also, a good idea would be to refrain yourself from nights out and partying, because this is just going to waste a couple of days for you. And if it's not incoherent with your goals, then why do it? Also, it's just going to tire you out on your business trip and make training and dieting a whole lot harder, as if it already wasn't hard enough while you're working so much. So anyone out there who does travel for work, rest when you can, as that way you'll have more energy for your workouts, you'll be able to keep your strength and keep your nutrition on track. So guys, follow this plan when you travel if you don't want to come back in worse shape than when you left. And if you want to still keep progressing towards your fitness goals. This plan has helped my clients tremendously stay in great shape even when they travel all over the world. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. And if you did, then do me a favor and smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you like my content, then do me another favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications, because I'm going to be releasing 2 new videos every single week just like this, and you don't want to miss them. And if you want to know the 10 most underrated habits for fat loss, then I recommend watching this video next. And remember, stay natty, stay clean, and peace. I'll see you in the next video.